Hello everyone, welcome to the new series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today we are going to discuss very important topic of GS3, which is cyber security and Pegasus spyware. So you already know that India is becoming a digital India and we are taking so much benefits from this digital India, and today's our rural population is digitalized, urban population is digitalized, but everything comes with a cost, and we have this digital issue which is known as cyber security or cyber crime. So today's discussion is based on this. So moving to the points of discussion part. So first of all, we are going to discuss the news, that why we are discussing this news, and then what is the case related to the Pegasus spyware, and then what is the expert committee related to the Pegasus spyware, and then what is the report, and then practice question for prelims and mains. So moving to the news part. So various opposition leaders including 𝐷𝐸𝐻 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐥𝐢𝐬 Tharoor had said that there is a malware function is coming to their iPhone, and they had received this notification that something is wrong with their iPhone. And apart from this all, they had elect to this ruling party that there is similar to the Pegasus spyware, something is happening to again with their iPhone, and because of that they are blaming the government and they are targeting the current ruling political party that you guys have done and you guys have planned something like to this to our mobile phones, especially the opposition leaders, so that you will have a personal information regarding us. So that's why we are discussing this Pegasus spyware, because this case is nothing new, it has come in 2021, but we are discussing this thing because 𝐷𝐸𝐻 has said that similar to Pegasus spyware we have received this kind of notification which is infringing our privacy. So that's why we are discussing this news. So moving to the next slide is about that what is the case. So in July 2021 there was a case. The case name is Pegasus spyware. So what is this Pegasus spyware? So it is a what you can say digital threat or cyber threat, and through this it has been made by the Israel, and there is a NSO group of Israel. So through this they infringe the privacy of any person, and they will be able to know about your phone's functions and what you are keeping in your phone. So these kind of things has been made by the Israel, and it has been alleged at that time that government of India is using this spyware to know about the political parties, especially the opposition leaders, that what they are doing at their mobile phones. So it means that they are checking their privacy things. They are also checking that in which arena they are politically active. So in that way they had elect to the current ruling political party that the government of India and especially the BJP government is using this kind of the spyware, and they are attacking the phones of opposition leader. So this was the case at that time, and after that there was so much problems in the media, and because of that there were so many political leaders complained that it infringes our privacy concerns. So because of this privacy concerns, this topic has become a national importance, because privacy is mandatory to every citizen of this country, and because of this thing the court has taken this case, and this case has reached to the Supreme Court. There the court has made an expert committee regarding this thing, that is actually this phone is creating, or is actually this spyware is creating problems to others' phone or not, or is actually an attack on privacy or not. So this was the spyware case. So moving to the next slide is about that what are the experts committee opinion on this. So the court framed an expert committee at that time. Justice of India was N.V. Ramana, and their committee has been made, and there were 7 terms of reference committee which were essential to know that what are the privacy issues into this kind of malware or into this kind of the spyware. So because of this thing they had formed this committee, and what that committee has said about this thing we will discuss in next slide. So this committee has been made because of the national important issues, and it is not just used to target the political parties, it can be used to target any members. So this is not a good sign of any democratic country where their citizens' privacy is not taken care of. So what the expert committee had said that, so the findings of the report says that there were no such kind of spyware used for the political parties and especially the opposition leaders. The expert committee had said that they had not found anything, and there was no conventional evidence regarding this thing. It means that whatever the evidence we have, that were not convincing in nature, that the government of India or any BJP party has used such kind of spyware to attack the privacy of the political leaders. So this was the findings of that committee, and they had also said that government of India and the current BJP ruling party had not cooperated into this panel. So they had also highlighted, and there were so many cases and there were so many reports that government had not spoken about these things. No doubt government had outrightly rejected that we don't support these kind of things, and there was a collaborative global investigative group who had said that India is also involved in such kind of using spyware, but the government of India and the current ruling political party had said that we are not using such kind of the things. These are the false information which are spreaded for against the BJP party. So that's why they had outrightly rejected, but the committee had highlighted that government of India has not cooperated the panel. So this was also the case. So this creates a lots of confusion and lots of problems that if government is right, then why they are not participating, then why they are not giving their evidences that they are not involved into such kind of acts. So this was also the case, and there is a lot of confusion, and still there is a lot of confusion in the citizens of this country that such kind of spyware are used or not. If they can use to the political leaders, they can also use to the common people, which is a problematic for anybody, because being a citizen of this country, privacies are a fundamental rights and that should not be compromised at any cost. So this was the finding of that expert committee, and there were 29 phones which has been taken for a sample, and out of 29 phones there were 5 phones which has still that there was malfunction in the phone, but that were because of the lack of apps and because of the space issues and because of other issues, but that was not the issue of the spyware. So this was the expert committee findings, but this has also created a lots of question because the government has not cooperated, and still we are in this confusion that we have such kind of problems or cyber threats or not. So moving to the next slide. Next slide is about practice question for prelims, and this question has been already asked in 2017. So what is the question? In India, it is legally mandatory for which of the following to report on cyber security incidents? Your first option is service provider, data centers, body corporate. So here they are asking that whom to select, so you have to select. So coming to the mains part, so mains question is India's cyber infrastructure needs more than patches. Comment. So first of all, here what we have to take from this whole lecture. So here we don't have to go into that detail that which political leader is opposing whom or who is targeting whom. Our main concern being an UPSC aspirant is that what would be the takeaway from all these discussions. So the takeaway is the cyber threats and cyber security. So here they are asking for the cyber infrastructure. So first you need to define that what is cyber infrastructure and why cyber security is needed in this country. So first you have to define cyber infrastructure, and then you have to briefly write about what is cyber security. So it is a system where there is a protection of our cyber resources such as networks, internet, mobile phones, computers, laptops and other gadgets which are used digitally. So in this way you can give this kind of cyber infrastructure definition, and then coming to that why it needs more reforms. So first of all you need to identify that what are the cyber threats we have. So we have this virus, Trojan, spyware, malware. So you have to highlight and you have to write that these are the cyber threats we have, and then why it needs to be recommended and why it needs to be re-informed and re-innovated, because it has we have created this Digital India mission, and through this Digital India mission so many mobile phones have been distributed, laptops have been distributed, and people having this access of internet, and India is a country which has the second largest internet users because of the vast population. But what is the problems we have in this country, that so many population who are not literate and who are not aware about this kind of cyber threats or cyber security issues. So they need to know that we have this kind of cyber threats in this country. So first of all, the awareness is the mandatory thing here. And in rural India and in any lay person doesn't know that their mobile phones can be tracked and they can be also investigated. So they know that, this is my mobile phone and this belongs to us and nobody can know information about it. But they should know that, any third person can also know information about it. So awareness is mandatory here. And then coming to that, we have system like Cyber Swachhta Kendra, Indian Cyber Council. So we have this kind of things, and we have short in program also. But what happens in many classes, I had discussed that, India is a country which has a very good schemes which are required for the cyber security, which are very essential for the inclusive growth and social development, digital infrastructure. But what's the problem in all these schemes? That all these schemes are faulty implementation. It means that they are not implemented very successfully. So here implementation should be strict, and that should be taken care of immediately. So suppose that if you are introducing any kind of the scheme, so that scheme should do justice to the masses, and they should know about the schemes, that if you are facing such kind of the problems, then you should report to the police. Sometimes our mobile phones has any issues, sometimes we are cyber crimes, cheated kind of issues, financial frauds are happening. So sometimes people doesn't know that these kind of crimes can be also reported to the police station. So these kind of awareness and these kind of knowledge should be required to all the state of the society, that if they are getting any kind of the problem, that should be reported immediately. So these kind of things should be recommended for the India, for the better infrastructure, for the better cyber infrastructure. So I hope you like this lecture. If you have any queries related to this lecture, kindly ask in the comment section. Thank you.